We printed instead of to an individual print driver. I printed to a driver that was actually a server for this software that we're talking about. So what you can do is it goes to a server. You can walk up to any enabled device, and just in this case we're going to use a Prox card, and you just tap it and it automatically authenticates, so it knows from my Prox card that this is me standing in front of this device. So for security and the fact that paper didn't print out when I hit file print, it's residing on this server, and now I'm going to pull it down to this actual device and print it while I'm standing here. So I'm just going to go to print, and there's my job because it just shows me my jobs. It doesn't show me anybody else's. And so I just press that and print and delete. So then it's gone from here, and it's going to print out. Now, a couple things that is very important about that. The proximity card makes it very easy because it's very quick. You saw I just tapped it and it knows it's me. There are other ways to enable this through like putting in a pin print or something like that, but this is the fastest way. And Keller ISD wanted it to be, they wanted to control the device and know who was doing what, but they wanted it to be very fast for the teacher to walk up, and so they implemented the Prox card authentication. So it printed out and deleted. But a couple things about wanting to do this. Some people may not think it's that big a deal not to have paper print out when you hit file print. It is a big deal, and there's a reason why. I'll give you an example. It's Texas Women's University up in Denton. They were in a student lab where students were printing and then forgetting to go and pick up their job, or reprinting and then throwing them away because they only needed one copy. So much waste. They started to pile the paper up under a glass wall or behind a glass wall to show students, here's how much we're wasting. Well, they implemented a pen printing solution where, again, it just resides on the device till the student walks up, and it saved 30% right off the bat. So that's a pretty significant savings. With, you're not paying the click, you're not paying for toner, you're not paying for the paper. It really saved 30% right off the bat just by having it not print out when you hit file print. The other thing is security, because authentication, it knows it's me and it's not printing out. An example of why that's important is Credit Suisse, the big international bank, had to pay $8 million in a settlement for security fraud. And the reason why is because they had a device like this that just, when you hit file print, it printed out. The guy happened to sit right next to a device, would just pull the information off, get what he needed to commit securities fraud, and put it right back. And so Credit Suisse had to pay $8 million settlement for that. So it really can, relate to some hard dollars. So that's why security is important. And also, I deal a lot with schools, and also you would want to be able to lock down the machines, know what's happening, and so some student can't just come up and do something that they shouldn't. So this allows that to be locked down. The other devices that I showed you, like WebJet Admin, that can, at the touch of a button, push out to lock down the screen on all the devices through the fleet management that we were talking about earlier. So anyway, so now what I want to do is I want to scan this to home folder as opposed to scanning to email. And the reason that's important is this is going to scan in, and it's going to show me a thumbnail here of this document. And now I'm going to send it to my home folder. And what that means is, I need to name it here first. Well, I'm not going to name it, I'll just send it. Okay, so this just sent to my home folder, and now I'm going to I can either tap to log out, or it will log me out in like 60 seconds if you forget to log out. So now let's go back over here. So I just scanned that document that I printed to myself on Scan to Home folder. The reason that's important is because that sent that document back to a server. So instead of it sending it to me through email, which then clogs up your email, it sent it to a folder. And then also that means that nothing will go outside your network without you knowing about it. So again, it's part of tracking and knowing what's going on your network and not clogging up your email servers. So I was just going to show you here home folder. You would just go click here, and there's the document that I didn't name right there.